Francine, what are you talking about? Evening time, everybody. How are you? Sir Ross, how you doing? Positive vibes. Hey, everybody. Had to freshen up. I'm gonna tell you, oh, man, I had to do a couple things, and I'm not too proud to say it. I had to, number one, come in and get situated, greet my wife. Hang on one second, folks. I'm trying to put this plug in. Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I had to I take care of a couple of things. Greet the wife, come in. I want to take a shower and get a little freshened up because I know I'll be on, and then I'm going to be you know moving on with the night. We watched a piece of a movie last night. It was good. It was called Intrusion. First, I wanted to finish watching this Western I was watching the other night. It was a 2016 Western. I shared the title with my dad. Hell or High Water. Hell or High Water. Popular actor. I forgot his name. Cut off. Anyway, good cast in that movie. Hell or High Water. Really enjoyed it. And so then after that, I said, hey, it's still early. I thought there was only about 40 minutes left, or maybe less, but it actually ended up being about 50 minutes. So I watched that, and then I did a double feature. So I turned on Intrusion. Excellent movie, at least so far. And we got into it, and then it started getting late, and I turned it off. And we were like, all right, seems like the right thing to do, because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's too much. So we did that. So this evening I wanted to come in and get myself freshened up because I was using this skin stuff, this skincare product. And, I shave, and I'm not overly, elaborate with cleaning. I never have been in terms of, washing my face and stuff. Just whatever, my skin was never ultra sensitive. I do have sensitive areas, folks. And I think we talked about it before. I have sensitive areas in terms of my face. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I was just thinking about it and wanted to share. But yeah, my mother, she used to break out right here under her chin, or right under her lip, right here on her chin, when she drank a lot of citrus. And then me too. And so that's one of my sensitive areas. I have sensitive areas right here. I have sensitive areas around my eyes, I'm finding out. And it's getting crazy. So, as you get older, I guess, as you get older and time goes by, I guess some things change up. So I don't know if it's like the people, what is it? Is it a pH balance, or it's some sort of, a balance? Maybe I should go to the dermatologist. My skin was changing up. Actually, it's always been relatively smooth and clear, I thought, for the most part. And now it's changed a little bit because I was using this product, and it was almost like it had a skin burn, like a burn, a chemical burn, and because I've had that before, and I've had that while I had this channel actually. I had it when Nita tried to color my gray, and I never grow a beard, so I started growing hair on my face. This was when I think I was quarantining. And, I grew not a beard, but it was growing a lot on my face. I guess you could say a beard was coming in. And she was like, oh, no, we got to dye it. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to keep it, And then, everybody was doing the beards and stuff, the big beards, the basketball teams, the football and all that stuff. And so I said, well, maybe I'll go ahead and try it, but I don't know. No guarantees. So she put that stuff on my face and left it on too long. And then it broke out. And so that's what happened. So I know what a chemical burn is. Fortunately, it cleared up for the most part. And if it's your face, your face, so certain areas and be like, oh wow, that never went away, or this is going on, or it's taking longer than I thought to go away. So anyway, that went down. And then I just wanted to give myself a good shave, first, because it was like ever since I got my feet done, of which I'm picking my toes now, folks. I have like one hand really ferociously picking up my toes. And this is an area that I didn't think that I would be at right now, because you know what? My dad and I went to go get our pedicure last week, and it was a pedicure and manicure for me because did my dad get a manicure? I don't think he did, because I had my nails were getting long, and and I normally clip them, but I didn't clip them, and it just so happened my nails were long enough for me to say, you know what, do that too. So yeah, they did a manicure pedicure, and you know what, the thing cost $75, manicure pedicure, because they said that my feet were so jacked up that they had to pull out the heavy artillery. I think the power might have gone out for a moment while they had that chainsaw out. um, at any rate, yeah, I'm back, folks. Glad I'm here. I actually spoke with Danny. Okay, you know what? Let me reach out to Danny. Danny said that he wanted to come on tonight. He hasn't seen me on in a while, and he was like, you know what? We still talk on the phone quite a bit, naturally. And Danny said he would love to come on with me. So I'll call Danny. Hey, Louise, how you doing, China Black? Bugatti. How you doing? Sir the Ross. Hey. That was weird. Um, yeah. Hey, guess what, folks? I'm in my man cave. I'm in my man cave. Yeah, feels good. Furniture was delivered. Um, so uh, happy. Finally, I got my digs coming together. Still have more stuff. It's still a work in progress, but we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. You know, I'm going to, yeah. There's a really cool chase lounge that I got. I'm not a chase lounge. I keep saying chase lounge. Lazy Boy. My first Archie Bunker. My first Archie Bunker chair, and hopefully my last. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, it's not leather. It's fabric, and I'm not gonna say anything else about it. It's pretty cool. Um, yeah, you ladies would probably say, "Oh, that's cute," you know. Not exactly the remark or response I would be looking for, but I guess it is kind of cute, you know. But I think it's pretty cool. It definitely describes me, and I'll just say that. I'll show it to you another time. I got some clothes on it right now. I just came in, threw my stuff off, and got that over there in my work. Some things. So I'm going to show you that later on. Anyway, what else? Yeah, but skin is a serious thing, y'all. That's the biggest organ we got. And actually I train a client, and my client wants to work on his neck. And I've been doing exercises with them, he and his wife, that would give him as much elasticity as I could conjure up through exercise without sticking a needle and sucking some stuff out, or doing something different. So I am. I haven't gotten back to him in terms of anything else, because I can't think of anything. Can you folks think of a neck exercise? I mean, I know uh, a lot of women do this. Does this work? Does anybody know about this? Does it do something? Does it tighten it up? Does it do anything? The best lotion for your skin is oh wow, what is that? Great for your skin and even sunspots. What is it called? Amlactin. Amlactin. As long as it's not amlactose. Amlactin. Amlactin. All right, cool. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google that, Louise. And Louise, I've been meaning to give you a call. Still, we have to get a conversation going. And yes, I am still on the case, but I'm still in the race too. So I got to try to just wedge away a moment, or else you can give me a call, and we'll talk and get things all situated. But yeah, nice to have you on, Louise. Birthday girl last week. Good job there. Good job. She's now 18 years old. Look at everybody. She's getting her license. China Black. There are neck exercise videos on YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah, I told him I'd get back to him, and I knew I was going to try to research. I told him, I said, I got to research. You know, he knows what I mean. I mean, it's what it is. Sonia, how you doing? Sonia or Sonia? Sonia or Sonia? Sonia. Sonia or Sonia? I always like to pronounce everybody's name correctly. Latha Jones. Hope I'm saying that right. You've been on here for a while, Latha. Hope I've got that right. CB, I know you're with me. What else we got going? Hope everybody had an enjoyable Tuesday. Tomorrow's hump day. We're getting on with the week now. I hope everybody is enjoying themselves. I know that some areas were getting cool. Some areas were warming up. I think there's a cold front pretty much for the Northeast for the most part. I don't know. I can't really call it. I think a buddy of mine sent me something. If it's current, he sent me a picture of a video. He was at work and he had a heat, like a portable heater on, and he was like, "Man, I thought we were out of the woods." So, you know, yeah, he's keeping me up to speed in terms of what the weather's doing up that way. Yeah, Dad's doing well, Louise. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He's doing good, hanging in there. You know, he's doing good. You know, everybody's still getting on by there, checking on him. He's reaching out and doing well, hitting the gym and eating right. Yeah, he's doing well. Thank you. Teresa Rodriguez, how you doing? Rodriguez. How you doing, Teresa? I was going on my way to call Danny. Let me see. Now, this would be the first time having a guest on in a while. Well, you know, a guest is Danny's family. But, you know, for those people who are just joining in or those people who are new to my channel, I have had people up in the past. As a matter of fact, everybody, why don't you hang tight? Yo, it's freezing here in New York, New Jersey. Oh, my gosh. So he's right. It is cold. All right. You know what that means? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to send you some sun from Florida. So be on the lookout. It should be there around noon time. All right. So what do I want to do? I want to do a couple of things. Call Danny. And the other thing was, I wanted to put this in the chat. I wanted to put the link in the chat. Hey, Gypsy TT, how you doing? What's up? I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. That way, it'll be in here for you all. And it'll be here just in case Danny should want to come up. Okay, so here it is, everybody. Oh, wait. Wait a second. I don't think I did it correctly. Okay. All right. There it is, everybody. There it is. See what's going on there, folks. Right here in my eye, looked like got beat up, right? And then over here it was doing something. Right on the side. So when I smile, it's an extra tight. And then the other day my eyelids had swollen up to where it was like it looked like real meaty on the top of my eyes. And somebody even said, "Hey man, what happened? You shaved your eyelashes?" I was like, "No, man, I just broke it out. Face is puffy." So I was thinking about putting a T-bone steak on my face like Fred Flintstone would do. But I figured I'd check with you all and see if there's anything more suitable, especially when thinking about this economy. T-bones are expensive. Say hi to Michael. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll call Mike too and see if I can get those guys up here. I'll see. Let me see what I can do. Call these guys. Well, Danny. Let me call Danny first. Because Danny had told me that he would come on. Let me see what Danny, Cucumber. Oh, does it really work, Felicia? I mean, Felicia. Sheila? Sheila, I'm sorry. I was looking at your last name. Felicia, I know. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Now listen. You always have problems when I send you links, man. So you think you can come to the front and I put the link up there, or you want me to try? I'll try it. I'll try to send you the link. Okay. Saxman. Okay. So Saxman and what was the other one? You said DR? Oh yeah, I got that one too. And then man, I forgot. Oh yeah, Mike's. All right. Yeah. All right, man. It's on its way to you there, brethren. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, pal. I'll be here. Okay, good, good. All right. Right. All right, everybody. So D Rock, our own sax man, Dan is coming on. I don't know if he's gonna bring in entertainment this evening, folks, but Danny always comes armed with something. Yeah. So for those who don't know what I'm talking about and don't have a clue who Saxman Dan is or Danny Rock, you'll see for yourselves in a little while, everybody. And I will make no promises for entertainment, but I will say, yeah, I promise you that you'll meet a nice gentleman here, a good friend of mine, all star. Brothers in Austin, welcome to our show. Hey, Sheila, nice greeting, Louise. Hey, leave animal alone. Hey, look. Oh, you know what? Speaking of animal, you guys see this thing back here? Do you see this fella back here who's looking in my window? This is what keeps everybody away. Like, who would want to spend the night or sit in this room with me with this guy looking at him? But I'm gonna tell you something. About this guy. Hey, he's in the Williams family. See? Got the same lines. Hey, hey. Hey, I can't do it. I can't do it. Those coconut heads. Hey, who's got the cuckoo for coconut? He looks like your husband. Oh, your ex-husband. I was saying. Bunga bunga and a bingo bingo bunga. This guy's been around. He's been in our family for about 50 years. This fella here got the same heads. He's been in the family. He may have had a. Yep. He had a hat or something on, and it was nailed through the top. I don't want to do too much to this because, I'll tell you, this right here is something. I'm going to show my dad. When I show him, he's going to say, wow. He still got the, he, he's still got the coconut, he'll say. Yeah, my parents were retiring from Jersey. Um, this was in one of the rooms. I think it was down in his study or down by the bar. Might have been down by the bar. They had masks from different places. They go to Africa, and I think they got this from, I don't know. I gotta ask my dad. I want to say Venezuela, but I'm not too sure about that. They had another mask from Venezuela. It was black. It had horns, and it was real shiny. It was cool, man. I'm telling you, so many things, so many things. Anyway, hold on to stuff. I told my dad, I said, geez, Dad, if I can go back to 1998 right now, man, when they were moving out, selling the crib and doing all that stuff, man, I would have kept everything. I would have just said, you know what? I guess I'll be paying for storage, or I got to do something quick and get a big old house with lots of storage because I need this stuff, I need as much as I can hold, and I know I'm not alone with it because I have conversations with my sisters about it all the time and saying, oh man, I wish I had this or I wish I had that. Yeah. Yeah. Coulda, woulda. You know how it goes, folks. At any rate, I got to name this guy. But this coconut, yeah, is over 50 years old. Over 50. Over. A matter of fact, I've had that. Yeah, because that thing's been everywhere. It's older than me, so it's older than 54 years. Long as it's more than 54 years old. It's an old coconut. So at any rate, yeah, folks. I'm looking for my ear pods, Suzanne says. Hey, Suzanne, how you doing? Nad's Life. Hello. Love those eyes. Okay, yeah. Those eyes are serious, huh? They will put you in a trance, Gypsy TT Tarot. Right? Whew. Afraid. I don't know. Would we used to be afraid? Yeah, we used to be afraid. Well, I don't know. I don't think I was really afraid of it because it was downstairs and, not in the obvious place. Now, the masks downstairs that they had on the wall and stuff like that, oh, yeah, they were a little fearful. Definitely want to leave a light on while you're watching TV down there. Basement by yourself. But we had shepherds, so they always lurked around and watched over us, and they were always like not AK. What was it called? Anyway, they were trained. They were like guard dogs and stuff. And so, but still, nobody, I don't know what's going to protect you from some crap like that. I think the dog would probably be busting through the door, bust through the wall before I can. There'll be two prints exiting the house without using the door. Me and the dog. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's preserved very well. It just sits. It was in a box. It didn't, it's been with us a long time. My wife, I can't say she can't stand it, but she doesn't really, it was where it is now the other day, and then it was down. She put it somewhere. She put it over next to the computer. But I like it there, especially at night. Nighttime. Where the wild things come out. Oh, Boogie will come, but he won't. I don't know if he'll come in here with this thing up here. No, I'm only kidding. Boogie's downstairs. I shut the door. Nita's downstairs and stuff, and I just figured I'd get a little privacy. She's probably watching this video actually. Chicken tonight, so she's downstairs doing some stuff. I already ate actually, but she always cooks and pre-cooks for the next days and stuff like that. So God bless Nita. I'll tell you, a real company gal. Real company gal. She's for the team. Nice to see you as well, Nas Life. Yee. All right, so I'm trying to hang tight. Danny should be in here in a little bit. Um, Anybody cares to come up, I'll go ahead and send the link out once more. I know that Nita had addressed the whole situation the other night. Yeah, we were coming off the water the other day um, after hanging out at the beach. Hey, oh, I took a crab and found. Wait, I took a crab I found at the beach on the West Coast, and it got rotten. Wait, was it alive? was the crab alive when you went home, Suzanne, or was it just one of those dried crabs you find on the shoreline sometimes and just wanted to get a little carcass to take with you? Or was it snapping and doing everything it needed to do? You had it in a bucket with some sand and a little algae so it could feel like it had a habitat with it. Did you do it like that, or did you just kind of take it? When I brought it home. Just try to find out, was it alive at one point? You know. Any rate, yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm a collector, man. No, oh no, it wasn't alive. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I guess that would do a little stinking and stuff. Maybe you should have gone home, put some. You know what I would have done? I would have gone to my sister's room and gotten some nail polish, the clear nail polish, and I would have coated that thing. I would have poured it over top of the shell and all around it, and it would have been, uh, frozen in time. You know, it's almost like giving it a over the shell embalming. All right, D Rock is in the house. So hang on tight. I think I see him, and he's on tonight. His name is D Rock, and he's ready to go. I'm bringing him on without any further delay. Let's say hey, and a big round of applause to none other than D Rock.
Hey,
D-Rock.
that light's kind of bright, isn't it?
What's up?
Hey, what's happening?
How you been, brother, man?
How you doing, buddy? How you doing, pal?
Man, I'm slow motion, man. I'm hanging in there
I
one day at a time, man.
want to tell everybody that Tommy is the most gracious man out there.
Go
We
ahead.
had such a great time when I was visiting. It was amazing. We were jet skiing next to the big cruise liners it was called Royal Caribbean. Yeah, and they were these big floating hotels. I'd never seen anything so big in my whole life. Bigger than the hotels up here in Jersey. That's how big these cruise ships were.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was magnificent. That was a memorable sight. And the man was gracious, spent some good quality time together. And, it was a lot of work. We had to put it in the dock and then had to take it back out of the dock. But we both enjoyed it thoroughly.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that, man. It was great having you, man. I would say a great hospitality to give that kind of hospitality, but you know how we do, man. We've been friends forever.
Yeah.
So at that point, man, it's just like having a brother in town, man. We just go ahead and hang out there and pick up pieces and go.
Yeah.
So it certainly was a nice time. I actually went by that Publix the other day where I connected with you. You remember?
Oh yeah, I remember it. Sure.
And I had parked, double parked, because I had all the jet skis and stuff. And I was like, wow, I parked the same spot. I was like, damn,
Wow. Hollywood Publix.
Right. I was with Nita.
Yep.
Yeah, I was with Nita.
And Nita is a fantastic person, online and offline.
Thank you,
She
buddy.
was incredible. What a lady she is. That's a real woman. So
All right.
I'm sure you're both proud. Now, what's going on out here?
Not much, Dan. Just kicking it, man. I was just saying, trying to remain positive. I was just, and it's funny because we were talking about it just briefly, and we'll be brief on it, man. But I have to say something about the whole situation. The other day when we came in from the water, speaking of the water, we're doing some things around the kitchen and stuff. And I turned on Anita always turns on the TV. That's knee jerk reaction. As soon as we come in, she turns that on, turns it up. You ever have the TV up loud? I like talking. I like light conversation. Hey, so about, and what about, and the noise, certain, I like to have things low. Now you're in the music industry, so I mean, you might like things loud, but do you like things low at times? Like,
I actually like things low. I don't appreciate loud. Oh my goodness, I get because I need my ears. I need to use my ears. I don't want to go deaf.
That's how I am with it. Yeah, I'm around noise pretty much through the day. So I mean, so it's like, I like to have it kind of, chill. So if somebody says something, even if they say, "Oh man, I forgot to go get," I don't have to say what, because I don't know if somebody's talking to me or not, and I don't want to miss things and constantly say, "What do you say? What do you say?" all the time. So if I have things low around me, then to just be like, ready to go, ready to listen.
Well, I take a pair of good earmuffs. I don't know if they're called earmuffs, sound blockers. I don't know what you call it. They're these headphones that they use when people mow lawns and do landscaping.
Oh yeah,
Like real sound blockers. And I added some extra oomph in there. I souped them up. I added extra fiberglass inside. That's not so good for the ear, but I guess I did it safely.
wow.
It really keeps the sound out. And I use that when the musicians get too loud. Sometimes the DJs that I hire get too loud, and that's how I roll it. Yeah, I want to save my hearing, so
Yeah,
I don't care if they can go as loud as they want. It's fine with me. I'm just gonna wear my sound blockers. I'm good.
That's it, man.
There's a guy in Lincoln Park. Okay, I don't know if anyone heard of that band. It was a rock band, I guess, in the early 2000s. Right? They're probably playing still. And there's a guy on one of the albums. He's wearing these earmuffs, right, with a string going down.
Mhm.
And you're not going to believe what it is. It's not a pair of headphones. You know what it is? It's a lawnmower. It's one of the things that I have.
Oh man.
Sound blocker muffs for lawnmowers. But he wanted to make it look like it was a headphone so people wouldn't make fun of him. They wouldn't mock him. So he put a little wire going down it. But that's what it really is.
It is something.
Getting text like crazy. It's the band.
Huh.
Special shout out to the Nick Clemens band. And I'm going to tell them to come on the show. Hey, let me dictate to the phone. Hey, guys from the Nick Clemens band. We are on Tommy Williams Show live. Come and join us. Okay. And I'm going to put it on vibrate so they don't interrupt us.
Yeah, CV, China Black. I don't have the souvenirs anymore. My parents had gotten, they were the souvenirs from the Playboy Club. They got glasses. I had T-shirt, different stuff. I think they had some mugs and ashtray from the Playboy Club.
Now,
I never saw ears.
Who went to the Playboy Club?
China Black. China Black said from the Playboy Club. She had some souvenirs from the Playboy Club.
Wow. Now, what happened to the Playboy Club? How long did it last? And why is it still around or is it not around?
Well, I remember
If
it.
not, why? If it's not around, how come? What happened?
Yeah, I remember definitely in the 70s and the early 80s and stuff.
I remember the casino. One of the first casinos was Playboy in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I guess it was probably late 70s or early 80s, something like that. I wasn't old enough to go in.
Yeah.
I was a kid. So let me see what else. Are you guys talking about what's going on? What's going on in Hollywood or no?
Yeah. We're talking about it. I know Nita had covered what happened with Will Smith the other day. Will Smith and the fella, Chris Rock. So I mean, it's just unfortunate. I don't. Nita pretty much covered that. It's been 2 days now.
Oh, she covered that.
I know that. I know that Will Smith doled out some apologies. He actually did his acceptance speech, and in that it resonated. Support for family and loved ones, and riding with people and persevering and all like that. Definitely. something you could identify with, and also draw a line to what just took place in terms of his defending his wife's honor or whatever have you. So, I mean, it might have been a knee jerk reaction. I know sometimes, we talked about it, people have things on their mind. You don't know, you catch somebody who's going through some things, you know.
There's a lot of theories going around
Yeah.
about why he behaved the way he did. There's certain
Right.
theories. One theory says he was protecting. Another theory said he was not protecting. Another theory said he was drinking. Another theory says maybe he was taking some kind of pill. Another theory says maybe he was having a bad day.
Yeah.
But which one is it? That's what I'd like to know.
Not me. You know what? The only thing is you look at it like the way I kind of look at things is, would a comment like if the shoe was on another foot, or if you could put yourself in his shoes, would you have something to say to defend your spouse, or would you just let it go? Now we're talking about a person who has a condition, not just somebody who just shaved their head and just said, hey, I'm going to be fashionable. I'm going to go out to the Oscars with this look right here, and with that, I could definitely, I could understand, I could empathize with his, feelings once he heard that, because, yeah, he's, Chris Rock is a comedian, he's great. He's lots of fun. Will Smith, he is funny too. Got great productions that were out. But he didn't know. He was deemed the possible man of the hour for that night. And so, of course, he's already probably a little bit, unnerved, because he's trying to figure out, well, if I'm nominated, or then I go, I got to make sure I got my game face on. He's probably tunnel visioned all night. Look, Jada, don't say too much to me. I got to focus. We practice a speech. I got to get myself together. Not to mention, it didn't sound like a whole big speech. It sounded like he was off the cuff, which was great. He was fantastic. Very, his vernacular was right there. He was good. And he had merit behind this riding with family. Now, the degree in which he responded and reacted, that's another thing. But I'm not one to judge. I mean, he was upset. I don't know. Maybe he thought so highly of Chris. He was like, what just happened? And it just took him out of his cipher, So, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you this. Having family who's been dragged and dragged and dragged and dragged, and also, and like you said, we don't know if he was drinking, or was he doing this or that. Same thing, people just say stuff about me. Wendy's, everybody knows, they've been trashing her for a long time and talking. And now, the moment of truth is coming. Now, boom, she's coming on. She's moving forward. She's getting ready to do her thing. So it's like, proof is in pudding. Time tells all. So, now he apologized that night pretty much. And then a day later, he did something else and came out and did another public apology. So, I mean, I think it's weighing on him. I don't think that he has his publicist is saying, look, get back out there and apologize again. The brothers are the same color, and not for nothing. That would be one thing. And I'm not going to open up that can, but I'll say that's one thing to make him say, hey, not tonight, man. This is my night. It's bad enough that I'm doing this, and this could be the first for a lot of things and a milestone and all this. But wow, why now? But see, then if that was his initial knee-jerk reaction, then while Chris Rock is up there and seemingly moved through and beyond the crack, it seems as if he would have had time to diffuse himself and take the wick out of the bomb so it doesn't blow.
Well, I think he thought about it, and he didn't like the repercussions of it.
Hey,
but I make lighthearted jokes about myself. I joke on my own weaknesses at times, but that's just one way of looking at it. It doesn't mean that everybody should do that, but a lot of times I crack on myself.
Yeah,
That's all I could say.
Yeah.
Who's more successful? No, actually, I don't want to know who's more successful. Who's been in more movies, Chris Rock or Will Smith? I know Chris Rock was in a movie, but I think he just played himself. Unless I'm wrong, I bet you someone out there is going to correct me.
Yeah,
I'm wrong on that. He probably did make a lot of movies.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. But you know what? I will say, hey, and then there's another possibility. His wife could have given him a look like, because she was shocked originally in the beginning and shook her head and gave a reaction. Mm-hmm. And I think that initial reaction that she gave might have, planted the seed for Will, So where he was like, well, damn, I got to go home with this woman. You know what I'm saying? If I don't do anything, she's gonna chew me a new face, And so, he might have had to. You never know.
Now, what if his wife made a comment to him before this went down, saying, "How come you never try to protect me?" What if she made some kind of comment like that, or "You don't care about me," and this was his chance to show out? That's just something that just popped up in my head just this second.
Yeah. Hey, listen, all of this
is it like that.
All of them are possibilities, but you know what? Shucks, man. If I did this, I'd be like everybody else, looking and trying to find out the story and try to figure somebody else's life out. Man, I can't figure it out. This guy, we all have pressures in life, and I didn't even understand the joke when it happened. Nita was like, "Oh my gosh," and I was like, what happened? It just flew over my head because I'm thinking G.I. Joe was a movie. I used to have the action figures, when I was a kid. Kung Fu, you know what I mean? And then G.I. Jane, Demi Moore, she was in a movie, but I didn't think of G.I. Jane. I thought of G.I. Joe because I'm thinking, well, maybe because I was doing some things, and then by the time I cued in, it was different. But yeah, it kind of flew over. But then when Nita had explained it, and was like, no, and then I was like, that's not right, man. And I said, and then when I heard about the alopecia, I was like, oh boy, it's not going to be a good situation. Because that's when you talk about somebody's health, that's a whole nother situation, because Chris isn't in his household. He doesn't know what they deal with. He doesn't know how they have to restructure their lives to deal with this condition or what's going on or how she feels about the new look and things. Will might have to hear that every day, and him nurturing or him stroking and putting his wife at peace, letting her know she's still beautiful and things like that, doing his job. And now Chris Rock made his job more difficult. He done turned everybody's attention onto my wife's head. And while I'm sitting here trying to let her know that she's still beautiful, he's got to go ahead and ostracize her.
Well, now his wife is more famous than ever. I think so. I think she's better known than before. Would you agree with that?
Nah. Well, nah. For the moment, I would say it was I wouldn't say she's more known. I would say there's a surge in who they are. There's a surge, like a storm surge. It's for the moment, and then after a while, like Hiroshima.
Right.
Explode, implode.
Yeah. Well, she can do anything she wants and capitalize off this, or she can maybe do something for the good of humanity. There's so many things she could do with this newfound popularity. I think so. What do you think?
Yeah. There's always opportunity. There's a land of opportunity, man. I tell you, and it's one thing social media I see all the time. Opportunities are out there every turn, so, and they're already conditioned in the way of, Celebrityville. So they'll be fine. They didn't need this to go ahead and ramp them up. Like I said, it was more of a hindrance than it was something good. There was no good that came from this, I don't think. Maybe Will Smith got a chance to go ahead and loosen his arm up and get that kink out that he was trying to, he might have slept wrong the night before and got a chance to go ahead and throw that jab out. Just throw that jab out.
There was no good that came out of it yet, but there's always good inside the bad. So if he wants to pull some good out of it, and his wife wants to pull some good out of it, they can find plenty of opportunities to do so. I think they could do the disease a justice, like maybe raise some research money and help other people that are suffering through that illness, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Or whatever, write a book and tell people what it's about. There's so many things that could be done. So, but we don't know. We don't know what their intentions are, but they can definitely get some good out of that bad. That's my point.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Tommy?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think there's always, I think they can get some good out of it.
So what's that comment says? That comment says, I'm the first person to square up, but that was uncalled for, especially when Will laughed at the joke himself. Yeah, that was kind of funny. He was laughing at the joke. I don't know if he was laughing at the previous joke or he was laughing at the joke and then he said, wait a minute, what am I laughing at? And then it processed in his brain. I don't know.
Well, you know what? If you're at a big ordeal like that and you're all dressed up and you're probably going to be, you're one of the nominees for the big situation that might occur for you that night, and everybody's got their Sunday's best on. They ain't not even Sunday's best. They guys got their finest on and they're doing it all. It's dressed to the nines. And then somebody goes ahead and highlights you and makes reference to you, and you're not going to look over like what? You're going to look over like, yes, you might even sit up and straighten your spine a little bit because you're getting ready, you're being acknowledged, and with the words comes the camera, and here it is. What does he want to say? Maybe I look nice. Whatever, something nice, so he's probably thinking everything positive. And so he caught him probably with his mouth already opened up, ready to go with a smile. And then when he said it, his face was like, and then he looked over his wife. And I'll tell you, it was on by then. It was on. You got to check. When you got to check in and do the eye check and see what's going on. And it's like that whole, nah, man, something's not right. You got to do something. I know you're not going to just sit here. So
I have a lot more commentary and questions.
Know that, CB. Know that. I would have had to. Because Nita, first of all, would have been like,
I'll be back in 20 seconds.
All right. Okay. But you know what? Yeah. I mean, I don't think that I would have. I don't know. I know who I am. I'm going to leave it alone. Hit the like thumbs up if you subscribe to the channel.
I wonder, I don't know if other people in our audience wonder the same things that I wonder, but one of the things I wonder is, why did he only slap him? Like, what was to hold him back from doing more than what he did? Was that just like a degree of self-control that he didn't want to beat him too bad? Or, I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Why didn't he take it further if he was that upset?
Hey, Chandler.
And why did he even slap him at all? That's another question. Why did he take it so far to physically confront him when that could be a lawsuit or a criminal charge?
Lori D.
Not wishing him any of that, but just things that go in my head. What do you guys think of that? I personally still think it was staged. See, there's a lot of people saying that it was staged. Chris Rock next event oversold. Okay. Probably. I think Chris Rock is going to continue to be successful. He will pack him in. But that was nice how Chris Rock handled it. He said this is a night to be, what were the words, to remember or something? How did he say it? It was nice how he handled that. He definitely did not get out of control.
Never forget something like that. Yeah, he did say something like that. Yep. I know. I think my dad said something. He made reference to the Ali, to when Will Smith played Ali.
Now, someone's calling Will a skunk. Psych, he said punk. But okay, that's a feeling. People have opinions. Why would that be so? Can you tell us? China Black said that. Why do you think that is so? Okay. That was not staged. Will put his image and career on the line. Yeah, that's a thought. See, that's another thought. Yeah, that could be too. That could be why it was not staged. That could have been just like a on the spot, heat of the moment, irrational moment.
I think this comment, this is the one that overall that pretty much explains it. You know?
This one right here that China Black says.
Yeah.
May I read it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm human and I'm a woman. I would want my husband to have my back also, but not the way Will handled it, quote unquote.
Yep. I agree. I don't think I would have flew up onto the stage. I think I would have left it alone. I think it would have been one of those situations where you got to be, you got to play your position. I mean, first of all, look, you're getting a huge award. You're at the top. You're dressed to the nines. Your wife. If you view your wife as beautiful and you say it enough to her, then she'll know where she stands on the glamour game for you and the looks department and all like that, and the total packageness. But I mean, I think that it just could have been handled like a gentleman, like perhaps have some class, you know, and he could have maybe like an abrupt from smile to a face, the faces, expressions really do tell a lot. And at that point, and then just left it alone. I mean, unfortunately, you'd have to deal with him for the duration of the night because he's emceeing and he was hosting the thing. So probably have to bring you up as well, and maybe give him a extra hard grip when you shake his hand. I don't know, but you know what? I think what you gotta take the high road, and I think that I'm not one to live for the people, but I think that under the circumstances with that room filled with people and spectators, because at the end of the day they were all spectators as well. They played many roles, and one role that everybody played synonymously, when this happened, was everybody was a spectator. Everybody was looking like, oh, you saw other people getting awards where people should be clapping and paying attention, and they're on their phones and looking and laughing and showing what just took place. They're not even thinking, they're disconnected. And who did the disconnection? Will did it, because Chris Rock, it would have just been another joke. It would have been a joke. People might have been staring over at Jada like, oh, wow. But it would have passed. It's how you react that gives longevity to a situation. And I think that he just took the wrong road on that.
Well, Will Smith has played many roles, like you said. So the roles that he played were roles of policemen, right? Special agents, greatest boxer of all time. Did I miss any? I probably missed a lot. And my point is, the public out there thinks very highly of him. They've got to, because of the sophisticated roles that he has played. So I think the public they were expecting him to handle it in a more calculated,
refined way.
Refined, calculated way. Something with more. I guess we said it. He should have handled that in an intelligent way, because that's the persona that he gives off.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that say? It says it works cleanse and detox tea. Yeah. Miami, I can't read it. Miami Glow something. Never played the game character twice. Will Smith, such a great actor. He never played the same character twice. Well, he did Men in Black 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
But with that exception. But you're right. They say Chris didn't know about her condition, IDK. I don't know if he did or didn't, but a bunch of celebs are also said they didn't know, along with the people in the audience who laughed at the joke. All right. I'm sure there were people in that audience that knew about the condition because Hollywood people are connected. They know about each other. But I guess Chris Rock did not know. And that's possible.
Yeah. Sure it is. So what else is going on there, Danny?
Well, I'm writing a book, believe it or not. I wrote it already, but I have to change it to fit the times of today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you a little peek of it. Peek at it. Can you see that?
All right.
I wrote that a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
And I had to bring it up to date. And I wrote some notes on it about how I'm going to do that. But I need somebody to hopefully Ricky's going to do it. I'll be able to dictate and she'll type it in for me. I don't feel like retyping that because that's a long book. It's about technicals. It's about how to be good in the business, how to treat banquet halls. You know, when you walk into a banquet hall, how to treat the owner nicely and things like that. The do's, the don'ts, the technicals, how to set big, huge systems up, small systems up, how to handle lighting, how to handle audio, how to connect the wires, all that good stuff. That's
So
what
it could be like production tips for dummies.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It could be for a dummy, could be for professional. How
Oh,
to mix the music right. The key to mixing good music is not just mix it and blend it. It has nothing to do with that. There's like certain ways to mix it that are advantageous. So it's all about that kind of stuff. Yeah, how to get help and things like that. So I think it will help a lot of people, but it's going to take a lot of work retyping it. Because now they have Amazon. When I wrote that thing, I think Amazon just came out when I wrote that. And I didn't yet really know how to sell it. And now I feel people will buy it because Amazon has become so accessible and easy. So we'll see what happens. It says, I'm reading your dad's book. That's right.
yeah. Hey, all right, Laura D. Laura D. Thank you very much, Laura D.
Please buy Mr. Williams' book. It's also available on Amazon, right?
Yes. Amazon and the bookstore.
I'm going to buy that book. Son of a gun. If I got to do that. It's on Amazon and where else? It's the second place where it's on.
Not Walden Books, but
What, Borders or something? Or they had a business.
no, not
Probably had a business.
What's the name of this damn bookstore?
I think I know what you're talking about. There's this famous bookstore.
Gosh.
Remember?
Somebody help. Barnes and Nobles, that's right.
Yeah, Barnes and Nobles. That's
Thanks, CB. Oh my gosh, I can't. I have it on Google Books. Okay, great. Yes. All right.
How thick is it? How thick is the book?
Oh, it's pretty thick.
A few hundred pages?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wendy Williams needs to get a late night show. I got the name Late Night with Wendy. Oh, that's nice and original. Nice, Pamela. I'm gonna fish that past her. But I don't know if she could stay up that late. I know I can't. Not without watching a good movie. I've just never been a whole late show person. You know, I try to watch them for a little bit, watch some of the skits they do on late nights and stuff, and then I gotta flip off the movie. But yeah, it wouldn't be a bad situation.
Tom, you just made me think of a brand new idea for the book. Well, a thought just came to my head. I got it included. I better write it down before I forget it.
Yeah.
That thought is, if you could imagine it, you could do it. That's the thought. If you can imagine it,
Anyway,
can do it.
I am not watching Sherry. Oh wow. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Yeah. The main character is the New York City judge in the criminal court. Yeah. Oh wow, Lord D, you're really checking it out. That's super. That's superb, man. I'm a man. I gotta start reading.
Yeah, guys. So the weather got real cold up here in Jersey and New York. Freezing. It was snowing last Sunday. I was telling Tommy. It snowed at nighttime in North Jersey, like at the tippy top West North Jersey, in a town called Sparta.
Hey,
Sparta, Pennsylvania.
I go on to Sparta to a spot called the Thirsty Moose.
Yeah,
out off Route 15 in Sparta.
Wow.
And I had eaten a 32-ounce steak.
That I believe 100%.
A 32-ounce steak, man. And you know what? I can't say I got pulled over by the cops afterwards, because I was already pulled over on the side of the road because I couldn't drive any further. I couldn't even make it to a rest stop to go to sleep. I just pulled over and just locked the doors and went to sleep. I don't even know if I had the doors locked.
I've done that.
You know? And the police came up with this flashlight or whatever, bang, bang, bang. Hey, what happened? I said, and I told him, I said, man, I looked that Thirsty Moose, man, had 32 ounce. He was like, say no more. He said, listen, just follow me. I'm going to get you off the road over to the little area where it's nice and safe. You can just get a couple Z's, call your wife, and that's that. I was like, dang. Yeah, it was a lot of beef. That was a lot of beef. Where is the beef? Right on my plate and in my stomach and out my butt.
You get me in the mood for a steak, Tommy.
Jeez, man. That was a lot of meat. I mean, I felt like I was getting more sleepy with every bite. Yeah. Yep.
And there's so many steak dislikers out there too, but I love a steak every now and then. It makes me feel good.
That's half a cow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I think it's good to eat some red meat once a week. That's what I think.
Yeah, nah, I'm just chilling, man. I finally hit my goal, man, but didn't hit it quite yet. But I mean, I'm pretty much in the valley, and I can't do the red meat all the time like that. Well, I never really was a red meter, all the time. Maybe once a month. Yeah. Get a little skirt steak or something like that. I did have a skirt steak the other day. I went to Publix and I was so hungry, and we were planning on going and getting someplace like a restaurant or something like that. So I was all tuned up to have like a meal. So they have not the frozen, but the prepackaged meals that the butcher might put out and say, oh, okay, this might pair nicely with this, and then we'll recommend a certain wine or whatever. So I got there a skirt steak that was stuffed with Parmesan cheese and spinach, and you just put it in the oven. It eats for one, but it fed me for 2 days, and it was great. Yeah.
What were you doing all the way in the mountains?
Oh, I was up there. I was working. I was working for a company doing mortgages and things like that, and refinancing and stuff. And it was up there off of where was it? Like Parsippany. And so I was up there for a football game because some guys played golf, most of them played golf. And I told them, look, I said, we're still relatively young guys. And this was back when I was in my 20s. Nita and I were just dating. I was like maybe 25.
Wow.
And I said, look, let's have a game, man, tackle. So we all got together and played tackle. It was a snowy day. We all were jacked up, shirts ripped, mud all over, bloody noses and stuff.
Up there?
Yeah. and we played in the snow. It started snowing, and we were tackling each other and hammered. Get off the side, and get hammered, get back out there. And then after we finished, we went to the Thirsty Moose. And
that
so
was fraternity.
Huh?
With the fraternity or with the real estate thing?
Yeah, this is with the company. So there was a lot of bankers and stuff like that. We were all out and just, everybody just, no ties that day, but they might have been playing in their Brooks Brother or whatever, but we were tackling it. Nobody cared. And we just like, back on the field,
Wow.
And then we went out to eat, and everybody lived in close proximity. And they had said, hey man, you should crash over the crib, whatever have you. But I had to go all the way east and go back home. I didn't have to, but I mean, I said, I'm okay, so yeah, it was cool, man. Dave and Jeff and all the guys, man, they were good guys, man. I wish I could find them. That was a lot of me.
I used to play football with a group of lawyers. And one time I had an accident. I broke my labrum. So, making a long story short, we were playing football, and one of the lawyers, he knew I had the problem, and he was like tackling me. That was crazy. That was cray.
Laura D. Cray. Yeah, Laura D. Okay, it does have a name. That's Bracioli. Anyway,
Tommy,
I learn every day. Thank you.
We used to drink and play football. That's what it was. I know that feeling.
Chandler. So you know about it. The Thirsty Moose. Whew. Yep, there it is. I said it. Route 15 in Sparta. Oh my gosh, that place put a hurting on you. I think they had a moose head sticking out of the wall too, and a couple other things. They had some artifacts, but we had some brews that day and stuff. We were kicking it, so it was a long day. It started out like, I think we started playing ball like 10 in the morning. So you figure a long day of kicking each other around on the field, without uniforms, and then talking stuff and then going over to have this food was crazy. It wasn't even late. It was early in the evening and I was shipwrecked. But at least I knew to pull over, But I wasn't shipwrecked at that point. I wasn't shipwrecked from drinking. I was in a food frenzy, man. I told the cop, I was like, listen, man, you can give me any kind of test you want, I wish I had a before and after scale. You'd be able to tell exactly what I'm talking about, man. I put 32 ounces in myself. And sides and mashed potatoes and all kinds of stuff. Every forkful of meat has to have potato on it and some gravy or something. You got to make it righteous. Can't just eat the meat.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, man. Heavy.
First thing I do tomorrow, I'm going to go out and buy a steak.
Good guy.
Here in this kind of chat. And I want a big steak. The way Tommy's talking, I don't want to buy just some regular little small steak. I want a giant steak. I want a cowboy steak.
Good boy.
The way Tommy's talking. How many ounces does a cowboy steak weigh? I don't know, but I know it's big.
Yeah, man. And you're not allowed to eat it unless you put on some Wranglers.
Yeah. Did you ever have one? Did you ever have a cowboy steak?
Oh no, that's what it's called. No, cowboy steak.
It really is a steak called cowboy steak. And
is it a round steak?
It's like this thick. It's crazy.
Yeah, cowboy steak.
Maybe like that.
Oof.
And it looks like a rib steak.
Have you ever had a Hong Kong steak?
No, what's that? What's a Hong Kong steak?
Doggone, she came back with a Hong Kong steak. Laura D. And Laura D, I think you were saying you know how to cook too. So I think that's what's going on. Laura D is pulling out all the stops. Grill steak is the best. Yeah, Pamela, I agree. Grill steak is.
Oh yeah, no other way.
You got to have a little fat on the steak though, just to go ahead and
the best. Yeah,
it does something special when you have that little layer of little fat, a little bit. Get in there and move around. Yeah. Yeah.
Now the kosher steak make a big mess. That can blow up your barbecue. To the people out there that might not want to try that. I can only have that, but it's real messy. It's full of fat. full of fat. Very delicious though. But I grill it. I grill the fat off of it, but it just blows up in the face. It's crazy. It
Mm,
makes the barbecue all black, like charcoal, like char. What's the word? Cinder,
charred, yeah.
charred stuff. Yeah, and
Oh,
you got to clean the barbecue extra good.
mm,
You know, to get that cinder out of there, to get the carcinogens out, because that stuff blows up.
yeah, yeah. My mother used to say, "Don't eat too much grilled food, Tommy, because how do you get the grill started?" I was like, "Yeah, I put a little charcoal and lighter fluid and stuff." She was like, "Well, that's what you're eating, a bunch of the stuff,"
Yeah,
and she was right. So it kind of turned me away from because I was used to grill all the time. I loved being on a grill.
but if you let the charcoals, for those of you who use charcoals, let it burn, let it the charcoal burn all the way, so it's
Yeah,
totally red, and all that chemical stuff dissipates. Then
yeah.
I think it's all right.
Oh yeah. Oh, we'll also throw some chips in the fire. Do some chips like some wood chips and stuff.
Yeah.
Make it regular. Take it back to the scout days and make a regular fire. Just because you have it on a grill in a grill doesn't mean you have to use charcoal. You could use chips, other stuff. Somebody said, "Hey, look, you can cook with beer and stuff." Yeah, you could do all kinds of stuff.
You can cook
I
with
am a
beer.
great cook, Laura D said. I know, Laura D. I
You could marinate any type of meat with beer. You can marinate it with wine. You could add something to the wine. You could add a little soy sauce to the wine. Whatever you want to do to give it flavor. It could be old wine. It could be the wine that you drank last week and you don't really want to drink it anymore, but it's good for that marinade.
know. Yeah. It doesn't have to be the most expensive one either. It could be some Ripple, could be some Manischewitz. It could be whatever. A little Thunderbird, a little Wild Eye.
Yeah, a little wild Irish rose. Yeah. Which was my first one. The first time I got drunk, it was wild Irish rose.
And then you call up your friends Bubba and Grady and come on over.
And I was 17, and that's what I was able to get. Doesn't it depend on the cut of the steak, how much fat? Yeah, it does depend on the cut. There are leaner cuts in the kosher world. There are. You're right. I
Yeah,
agree with you.
kosher and halal, you can get some nice lean stuff.
But if you get the ribeye, it's going to usually make a mess. Usually, yeah.
You're right. I did hear that before, Laura D. Port, yes, port. Mm-hmm. That has a nice little bite on it too. Arr, port. Arg.
Oh yeah, the porter steak, otherwise known as filet mignon. Is that?
None. Yeah, she was talking about the port wine.
Oh, the port
Port
wine.
wine.
Yes,
Port wine.
that is a delicious wine. There's a lot of sugar in it, but it does taste delicious. My first experience with port wine was in the country of Spain, and there's a city called Malaga in Spain, and they make the best damn port wine you've ever consumed in your life. And I brought a couple bottles back. It was great. I'll never forget it. Love that port wine. But a lot of sugar in it, so I stay away. But it's nice to have it once in a while. It's nice. They call it an aperitif. What does that mean? I guess like a before dinner wine, I guess,
Yeah.
to get the taste buds going, I guess.
You could leave a nice stain on your shirt too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you.
I'm sure they have good American ports as well, from California and all that stuff. I only eat kosher or halal. Wow, Suzanne SSVS. Yeah, that is not such an odd thing because my friend owns an organic store and he has a little section of the kosher and halal meats. And even more than really halal, more people buy kosher. A lot of people buy kosher. I'm not talking about Jewish people. I'm talking about non-Jewish people. They just
Oh yeah, hey, I go down the aisle all the time.
they like certain things about it, about the way
Hmm.
the treatment of the animal.
Hmm.
So, what is this? Tawny part.
Oh yeah, Tawny Port. That's brand's.
Food is butter. Oh, what's Tawny port? That's a wine. That's a port wine, or is she saying Tommy and
Uh,
just wrote
Towny,
Tawny by mistake?
Towny.
Oh, that's a word, Towny.
Yeah, Towny with
That's
the
the
P.
name of the wine, the port.
It's actually not Towny. It's actually Tawny, like
Tawny. Okay.
a yawn, except it's Tawny.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I think I've seen it in the store years ago. Years ago, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I like the new place, Tommy. It's great. It's looking out of sight.
Thanks, buddy.
The new design behind you is amazing.
Oh, that's the window, man.
Nice. It's nice. It's a very modern, contemporary window. So what can I tell you? That's a nice sign you put up there too. I like that. Positive vibes. You see that little logo up there? It's right there. Positive
Yeah.
vibes.
Yep.
That's something new on the show.
Yep.
That's cool.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Hey,
It's
listen.
port wine. Okay.
So, Danny, you are you practicing tomorrow with the band?
Yes, I see my friend Mike Mitchell. He's from the Nick Clemens band. You see the comment there? That's Mike Mitchell. That's our bandmate. I
Hey,
didn't realize that was him. He is from our band. Mike Mitchell, welcome to the room, Mike Mitchell.
I think did I meet Mike? Was he with you when you had come on? And
You may have seen him a few times when we spoke to each other on the
yeah,
video. He may have said hello in the video. That's my man, Mike Mitchell. I'm sorry I didn't see your name. It's so great to see you in the room, Mike Mitchell. He is cool, and he's reminding me that there is a rehearsal Thursday. That's cool as hell. So I guess I am going to be rehearsing Thursday. We're going to a studio, really beautiful place, far away in Old Bridge, but that's where we're going to rehearse. And we got a bunch of things scheduled, shows, all kinds of stuff. He says, "Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Mike Mitch. That's my man. He plays the bass. He's a great bass player, and
yeah.
just he's an all around excellent guy. He's an engineer, and he could make all kinds of things on the 3D printer. He knows how to solder wires,
Ooh,
like the brain
that
behind the band. He's like the tech
uh-huh.
brain.
That's some technical
Do a
stuff.
lot I do a lot of technical things too.
Uh-huh.
But like I enjoy speaking with him because he's on that he's like above my level, so I enjoy talking to him. It says
Like your old buddy John.
he's like, yeah, he takes the place of John. I told him he reminds me of John. He knows about John.
Hey, man, life goes round and round, brother.
Yeah, yep. John was my best friend that I lost last year, this year actually. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be rehearsing. We got all these different places. I should read them off to you maybe. Mike Mitchell, but what type of music do you guys play? Tell him, Mike Mitch. Tell him what we play. Hey, should we bring Mike up here?
Well, you know what? You know what? That's what I'm gonna say, but not right this moment. Let's do this. You plan for it because there's nothing like a plan.
With the man.
Sax man Dan.
Yeah.
Say it.
I want to read some dates.
So you know what I'm gonna do is look, man, because I'm about to go run downstairs. I gotta get a little piece of that chicken because you know Nita's upstairs and in the bed, I think, or in the bedroom. And I would like to go down and get some chicken before it gets too cold in the fridge.
Yeah,
Yeah, buddy. Time to pig out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eat that chicken. So
And that's when you go downstairs and you're like, I'm not gonna make a plate. Let me just sit here and I'll just have a little pick. You put a picking. If you put it all on a plate, you'd have a plate filled with food, and I'm just gonna stand there and pick and lean against the counter right there,
All right.
Yeah. So, so listen, I was gonna say that now, Dan, Michael says the practice isn't until Thursday. So you
All
practice.
right.
So tomorrow, I was thinking maybe if I come back tomorrow, if you want to bring out the big old horn,
Yeah.
then there'll be a lot of people who don't know yet, don't know about your skill and your styly. You
Yeah,
know.
that'd be great,
So,
and I'll be better set up for it because I'll hook up the good mic.
all right then. So let's make it a date. Let me go ahead and pencil us in for.
Yeah, and Laura D says, "Hi, Mike. What type of music do you guys play?"
9 o'clock sounds okay.
Yeah, 9 is great. 9 is fantastic. So I'm in a rock band. I have two different acts. I have like my own one man show. I put on a show with a variety of music that I do, and then I DJ. Of course, I've been DJing a lot lately. There were a lot of holiday parties, and last Sunday I had a wedding all the way up in the mountains. And then I also sometimes play out in the public with my own one man show. I think I said that, and I'm in a rock band. That's what it is. So I'm in a rock band with the late great the late great Clarence Clemens' son,
And your wedding
Nick
singer.
Clemens, with Nick Clemens and friends.
And your
And
wedding singer.
he is out of sight. Yeah, in a way, I'm kind of like a wedding singer almost, but I play instruments and do a lot more. But it kind of does feel like the wedding singer. It does. And a lot of people, I felt like the wedding singer. Everybody was talking loud the other night during the cocktail hour, and I couldn't even hear it. It was crazy. Like I felt they weren't paying attention. So I was like, oh, I'm going to take a break. It
Yeah.
says 9 is excellent. Yes.
Cool. So it's a date, everybody. Shalom. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock. And we'll plan with Dan.
Yes.
And we'll also see if I can dig up Mike and see what's going on with him these days, and we'll just kind of kick around, okay? So it was a super time, everybody. We actually stayed on for quite some time. Got a chance to diffuse from the day, talk about a couple of things that, meant a lot when it happened. Now, not so much. I'm sure Jada, Will, and Chris are all tucked away in their beds of money, not thinking about any of this that's going on right now. But so it's nice to put the light on someone just for a moment so you could try to figure out a couple of things or try to. But, the universe is not to be picked apart and understood at one time, at least not in a lifetime. So, you just got to bite off and then keep it moving,
Yes. The universe is much too complicated for us to all understand.
Yeah, and not only that, but you know what? We all got our own lanes, our own situations. That's what had happened. So we gave it a moment, and now we're moved on. And remember, everybody, it's always positive vibes. So you understand everybody's probably moved on and kumbaya'd by now. So I think that we can do the same. We'll leave a light on for them. But yeah, they are good entertainers in their own right. I mean, Will Smith. I've watched plenty of blockbusters starring Will Smith, and who could forget Chris Rock with the clumps and all that he's done. With the crackhead on New Jack City and all that stuff. Right? Wasn't that Chris Rock?
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, come on, man, Chris Rock, and he's been doing it for a long time. He was dissing himself. I mean, come on, you throw powder all over your lips and you're going all out like that and everything, and then it's not like he has to take off a whole lot of makeup to not have that same kind of look, But there's Chris, everybody loves Chris, right? We all love him. You gotta love him.
Chris will just be Chris.
There's no one above him.
Get mad at Chris.
Can't be mad at that guy. With a name like Chris, you can't be pissed. All right, everybody. On that note, arrivederci, bon voyage, alvidazen, shalom.
Okay. Shalom alaikum, salam. Enjoy that chicken. Quack, quack. Make sure you check it that it's not a duck. Good luck.
Thank you, buddy. All right, everybody. All the best. Danny, it's always a pleasure, man. You take care. Love you, buddy.
All right. Peace
We'll
out.
talk soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.